Welcome to the Axiom. New file detected. Launching file.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Leo, and today we are continuing the Disco Elysium file. Where we last left off, we had continued exploring the old, broken down, doomed commercial area. We had talked to a woman named Yvonne, who was on a radio station. She asked for a password that we didn't have for the Fortress Accident RPG company. And then we found a stuffed ice bear fridge in the basement, along with a note that said there's another copy of that thing somewhere. And I'm thinking that might have the password. It's in a ice cream fridge that we can't open. And then we found the entity, which is a novelty ice dice maker in who lives in the chimney. And so now we're talking to her, so we're going to continue with that. So you're telling me that the doorbell with the empty name card was yours?
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
I was wondering about the Whirling in Rags. Is it part of the same building complex?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the intercom, albeit I doubt that anyone responds.
Psyche check.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
I saw the name East Delta Pinball on the doorbell.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick track, especially pinball.
What is floriography and trick track?
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
A strange thing happened when I tried calling a company named Slipstream SCA. Someone answered.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SCA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
She said she was from Tricentennial Electronics.
Tricentennial Electrics?
Or Electrics.
It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
Nope.
No,
Psyche check.
it was something else. It was eerie.
Intellect.
It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress, or...
Motorics.
Whatever happened, keep your cool. It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank.
It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank. It may have been some sort of rare electrical anomaly.
A prank is more likely, no? Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
I have a skill point now, jeez. Let me wait to use that. I have a few more questions about the building.
Sure, I'm listening.
Actually, I had other questions.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that the people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
You're right, the whirling doesn't really look like it's cursed.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
I mean, by the sounds of all the stories, it just all seemed to be strange coincidences. It's almost like the town itself, or just the economy, brought down all of those businesses.
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
Psyche check.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I'm starting to see that there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring.
I'm not going to say she seems nice.
But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
Intellect check.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
Psyche check.
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
Yeah. What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
And you never took your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
Intellect?
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
Okay.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the whirling's backyard.
She stops to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
Ooh.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
Okay.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Shivers. Why hasn't her business failed? I mean, let's try it. It is a white check.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here. She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief. The tool's sharp edge shining in the light of her desk lamp.
I didn't even mean to click. I, clicked by accident. But I'm glad I clicked leave it. I was going to click leave it at that anyway. I didn't want to start taking off my clothes to connect more with the place. I wonder if she's... What is Shivers? Raises the hair on your neck. Tune in to the city. Shivers come when the temperature drops and you become more keenly aware of your surroundings. Enables you to hear the city itself or truly belong to the streets. It's a supernatural ability. Old wrongs play out in the present time. Scenes across the city happen in front of you, but who is speaking to you? So is this saying there's a reason why her business hasn't failed? Other than, like, I wonder if she's doing something illegal. Okay, I'd like to order a die from you.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
I'm looking for something to help with my work.
I think I have just the right one for you.
She opens the top drawer of her work desk and takes something out. 2 polyhedrons, red and blue, are cradled in her palm.
Police colors.
Because I'm a police officer, right?
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
Oh. She tosses you the dice.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it.
-1, totally overthinking it.
Mr. Smooth Moves.
Ha,
You
heck
snatch the dice
yeah.
out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
Item gained. Icosahedral dice set sirens. That's hilarious. A wink at the dice maker.
Oh, what are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay, and the blue one is the inverse. I believe these dice are your lucky charm, officer.
Interesting.
She winked back at you. Can you believe it? You truly are Mr. Smooth Moves.
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else?
Let's go ahead and leave. And as soon as we leave, we're gonna see what the rigorous self-critique has to say.
Rigorous self-critique. Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
Interesting. That sounds awful. Also, Harry? Is that my name? Intellect and psyche red checks failures heal 1 morale. Physique and motorics red check failures heal 1 health. Learning cap for pain threshold raised to 6. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I can unlock one of these, I guess, but what checks do I have? I kind of want to put one in savoir-faire. Although I could, let's actually leave it because I need to check the body with endurance, and if I fail, I can just put that point in there. So let's leave it. Let's actually leave it for now. Items. These 2 20-sided dice have the colors of a police alarm. Bloodstone for red and lapis lazuli for blue. If you roll them and squint your eyes, it looks like you're arriving on the scene, and it's raining. Note, look at the map in the tab journal to see which white checks have opened. Do these affect that? Interesting. Okay. So what do I have now? Hang on. Report back to Plaisance about your findings. I still haven't found the thing, though. So what we're going to do is, I guess, go back? Or can I keep going here? She didn't see anything about the murder. So I'm gonna go ahead and unequip that.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
No, ma'am. I have felt her aura. She is not the one to blame for this curse.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looks perplexed. Intellect.
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down.
Okay, motorics.
She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm.
Oh, God. Like,
just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her.
Mm-hmm. Intellect.
To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Now all my parts of my brain are arguing with each other. She says there is no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. The source is in the taxidermist's shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place. Honestly, I don't have an answer yet. There are still leads to be following, like that strange radio computer thing. There is another entity more malignant pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I will cross paths with it. So what is the narrative she's built herself needs tearing down. She's squeezing the drop of thing. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perhaps you should just lie. I could say that because I unplugged the bear fridge, all their problems are solved now. I don't want to say this. But yeah, it sounds like all of the businesses just had really bad luck. I don't know what the best thing is to say here. If I tell her there is no curse, she's definitely going to get mad because she believes too much in the curse. If I lie, it's just going to strengthen the narrative. Okay, I think I'm going to go with she says there is no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. I'm going to try to tear down this narrative that she's built for herself.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that?
The woman scoffs at you with an audible snort.
Good luck persuading her. Some people can rationalize anything.
As I said, she's a novelty dice maker. Her business has been up and running for a long time now.
Yes, because her business consists leech that's been feeding the curse.
Red blotches appear on her skin.
I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. I just hope that you haven't made anything worse by going in there. Thank you for nothing. Please do buy some books or be on your way.
She concludes, tucking the pendant away in her blouse.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now.
Mm-hmm.
There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into her own mind.
Yeah.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Farewell for now, book peddler. I got a bunch of experience for that, though. Yeah, there was no other way that could have worked. I probably, if I had lied, it probably would have... I mean, either way, there's no way to, like, not convince her that the curse was a thing. So is it oddly quiet out here now? Does that mean Kuno's gone? No. Of course Kuno's not gone. I'm gonna try to do the body again.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell.
Plus,
Emitting it is all it does now.
+6, shit compressed.
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's the smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
I rolled it. Double sixes. Critical success. Step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them.
Psyche check.
Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, are they? This is the armor he was stripped of.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
With his notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles. What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the heel. Fairweather. Fairweather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Where's the rest of it? Scavenged by the locals?
Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Maybe he was just wearing these boots. Understood.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic.
The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Jeez.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 rial, unadjusted for rank.
Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500 real?
Not too much, yes.
It's enough, I guess.
The lieutenant nods, wiping his finger on his sleeve.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
Initial report?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
Psyche check.
He's not actually sure of that. He's just being tactful.
These look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Knock on the boot?
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether.
That's super interesting. So yeah, it's if it's a whole bunch of layers of plates, then that's a bunch of different places for the vibrations to dissipate through, yeah.
Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Run your finger over the lines.
The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice.
Motorix?
The whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Huh. Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
He dips the drawing ball point of his pen on his tongue.
X5415 6745 678222. Let's lie.
No. E50, 100, 1000.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Why would I pull the boot off? Do I want to do that? I would assume his legs have been rotting inside of those boots. I would imagine if I tried to pull the boot off, I wouldn't be surprised if the rest of the leg came with it. Let's back off and
The
look at the
cadaver
corpse.
slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
Intellect check.
This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under six-rotor airships.
So like the kind of thing that like military would use to transport like tanks, or like the kind that you see in movies that like hang from the helicopter, and then there's like netting and a platform. Usually it's used to like house vehicles in the movies. Is that the kind of cargo belt we're talking about? Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is the reinforced kind, for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it?
I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You?
No, you feel like it was something else. But what?
I feel like it was something else.
Yes, it often is. This bell worries me.
They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Okay, intellect,
Could
yeah.
be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Back off and look at the
The
corpse.
cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Inspect the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
So, constellations?
His corpse is marked by stars,
What will mine be marked by?
alcohol, and heartbreak.
Is this a map of the night sky?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
Intellect?
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
Yeah, so it's a map of a specific constellation. I'm missing something here.
So am I.
What the heck? A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket. Motorix.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm.
Continue.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
Intellect.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
So I probably had one at one point?
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal-capped ampules and clicks them into place on the sides of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there. Psyche.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting, then...
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
That's really cool.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
Motorix.
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
Oh boy. What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
This is new. Look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me, who are you, dead man?
I'm gone.
Oh. So this is happening in my head now? I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
There's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
So maybe someone for hire, like a mercenary? I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Kobo.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out west.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your
Black, frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
imagination.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much.
He loves those.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoony. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up, copperoony Rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Rooney is obviously not who I am.
Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
I feel like I've been getting a lot of Harry lately.
You might be onto something there.
Huh. Who killed you?
Love did me in, brother Kobo. It was love all along.
Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Maybe this will lead to something? Something indescribable, unforeseen, miraculous? The clown lips on the corpse appear to smile. The face rotates before you slowly. Enough.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
That is not what... It threw me off a little bit because what he just said did not match at all what was right here. Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink.
Intellect.
This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with.
Ooh.
Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration?
Observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
Hang on. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. His face and hands are pink, thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Relax your eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
Continue.
So, what do you think?
He's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them.
Oh.
The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
I think he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
Yeah, so he died by hanging.
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced.
Maybe he was strangled by someone?
Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Cover your nose. Something is coming out of
The
him.
pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
That's not fun.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
So he didn't eat.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
We got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
I don't want to be sarcastic. Back off and catch your breath.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
So how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
Step back
The
and have another look
cadaver
first.
slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
I guess let's do
As
this.
you narrow, this is a trick. You've done it
Yeah.
only the lower extremities. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
I have something I need
Of
to know.
course. You have questions, don't you? The power of your imagination. Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself
This was
with
what
my
he said
frank
before as
manners
well.
and my memento mori features. If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
Yep, the preliminary examination is done. Let's get him down from there.
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
Intellect?
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
We could saw the branch?
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, it seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Maybe we can ask for help from the harbor?
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
Yeah, wait, let's reconsider.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Can't someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
You have a point there.
Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. Are we in a rush to help them? Not with this on our hands. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Maybe we could shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch, that's a good spot to aim.
There. The buckle holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Alright.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit.
The Kuno.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Psyche check.
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea.
Hang on. Is this my gun thing? Yeah. And I have 2 skill points. I don't know. Say nothing, let him choose.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks,
Oh, is he actually gonna do it? What
securing it in place.
Intellect?
That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world.
Alright.
He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Easy does it, partner.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off
He
the
did
walls
miss.
of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
he feels bad about his eyes mostly, just having bad eyesight, probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Okay.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard.
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
I probably should have done it myself. I probably could have done it if I had taken those 2 points and put it in there. Oh, actually, hang on. I'm almost done. Hang on, let me do... Well, before I do that, let me see it. Can I have the gun? I should try.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
He pauses, then shrugs and proceeds to load the pistolet.
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
The piece shines in his outstretched hand.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Man, do I wish these kids weren't here. Take the gun.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana pointer! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
Feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
Continue.
What the fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Continue.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Close your left. Point the gun at Kuno S. Okay, so it's a red check. It cannot be retried. So I'm gonna go ahead and first. I am absolutely going to go ahead and put a. Wait, is it hand-eye coordination? Yes. I'm gonna put a point in hand-eye coordination. %. Close your left eye
Your
first.
field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, slick with the falling rain. The corpse slowly rotates.
Intellect.
The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sync up, dancing hypnotically.
Continue.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Huh. +1 branch movement analyzed. A 58% chance. If I say shut up, she might just talk more to make me miss. Do I want to put my second point into hand-eye coordination to give myself even more of a chance? Even more of a chance for this. I kind of do. I have another 40 points and I can get another point that I can put into suggestion or savoir-faire. You know what? Screw it. 72%.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you.
The asking those dock workers for help wasn't gonna do us any good. I'm glad we went this route.
Looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
Okay.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right.
What does that mean?
Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes
I already got another
sideways
skill
into
point.
the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
You've been policed.
Ace is high.
Heck yeah.
The Ace is High, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the world, despite the defeat of the revolutionaries themselves.
Wait. So they call high fives in this world Ace is high? I'm gonna go ahead and give him a high five. Did they miss?
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm
okay, nice.
hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
Thought gained, Ace is high.
I knew these guys were f***ed.
His voice is deeply approving. Weird. What now?
He will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Motorics check.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
Continue.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
Alright, give him back his gun.
In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Claire, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrard.
Okay. Motorix.
You could ask the garden for directions.
Okay. Is this the famous list of initial interviews?
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
And all right. Let's get out of here, Kuno. Oh yeah, they have no more rocks to throw. Okay, so what is this? Hang on. Ace is high. Temporary research bonus, +1 empathy bonus towards Kim Kitsuragi. The Insulindian Civil War was not the first war to see the use of aerostatic aircraft on both sides, but it was the longest. For 8 years, folded multi-rotor aircrafts crisscrossed the air above Revachol, Ozone, Face-a-la-Mer, and the Arcade Islands. They made sweeps over sandy beaches and shot each other out of the blue sky, then sank as wrecks at the bottom of the sea. The Aces High was a custom on the revolutionary side, performed by squadron mates after landing. Lieutenant Kitsuragi likes it. Why is that? I could use my skill point to unlock that, but I don't know if I want to yet. Wow, I have a lot of quests now. A lot more quests. Hold on. Okay, let me see. Interact. Lieutenant Kitsuragi snapped this photo of the hanged man's tattoos. It displays the intricate web of blue lines stretching across his torso. You have to admit it looks quite cool. We're going to save that for later. And then I'd have one more thing. I could put it in savoir-faire. I could put it into suggestion. I could save it to try and wake up that dude. I could put it in endurance or pain threshold. Actually, what checks do I have right now? Sleeping dock worker, reaction speed, suggestion, inland empire, savoir-faire, interfacing. Why is this still here? Pain threshold. Oh. Physical instrument. Novelty dice maker. Shivers. I'm thinking suggestion or savoir-faire for the next thing. But yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and quick save. Did I not? I didn't hit the right button. There we go. That was quick save. Okay, yeah, that was pretty insane and really cool. So we reported back the curse. We finished talking to the dice maker. We succeeded in inspecting the body, and then we managed to shoot it down. With my high psyche, I probably could have succeeded in getting one of the dock workers to get the body down, but based on everything I've been hearing, the dock workers seem like a pain to work with anyway, and I just really wanted to make the shot. So yeah, next time we're going to perform the autopsy after doing the initial interviews. We are also going to try to maybe get our coat down? I don't know. There's a lot of places that we can go from here, and I'm looking forward. We also got to talk to Kuno about where the armor might have gone. But yeah, we'll have to. I'll analyze all of these quests when we come back, because right now I have to end the episode. There's not really a point in looking at them right now. So yeah, look forward to whatever happens next. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to play more of this game. But yeah, Thank you everybody so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate it. If you want to be notified of when I upload the next part of the file to the archives, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, as well as leave a like or comment if you so desire. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.
Upload successful. Click here to view previous files. Have a pleasant day.